A lot of people have been asking for more information about these beds, so here's a video on that.
I built these beds a few years ago. I didn't have the money to fill them though, so I did a bit of research. I spent a bit of time trying to figure it out, just how to save a dime.
I used Hügelkultur method to fill the beds. It's a method of layering materials like logs and sticks and leaves, and then finally soil on top of that. It all kind of breaks down, but it was a good option for me because really I didn't want to spend the money to fill the beds. But there have been some weird problems that have arose from that. They were filled up almost all the way to the top, but I'd say after even the first year they dropped down to less than halfway. That hasn't been too much of a problem for me. I layer on a couple inches of new fresh soil and fresh compost on top of that, and I mix in blood meal and bone meal. Another problem I was having with these was with blossom end rot, which is something I've experienced with container gardening. The soil just needs some calcium added to it. I use gypsum. You might need to use something else. This seems to work for me. I kind of make it a routine when I mix in my topsoil and blood meal and bone meal. Another thing that's kind of weird, not necessarily a problem, is the strange mushrooms that I've found in the garden. This one is a stinkhorn, and I was actually doing a little bit of digging and I found this little egg type sac. Turns out that's the part of that stinkhorn mushroom before it comes up. It's weird. Another one that freaked me out is this one. It's called old man's fingers or dead man's fingers. And at first I was like, that is not where I buried the body. So yeah, that's what I've done. I think all in all, it's been a pretty good way of having soil for your raised beds. I'm building another bed out of logs there in the front. Gonna put some sunflowers in it. I'm gonna do a video on some sunflowers because I did some sunflowers a couple years back and they turned out awesome.
You see, I got a lot of leaves, sticks, and even branches, so I got to work believing this would answer my financial situation. So let's begin. Start by putting the big things down at the bottom. Layer in the sticks and leaves, you know I got it. Last but not least, in fact, it's the beast. It's the soil, the thing that the roots need.